Do something here.
Nothing.
Here, fuck
Joey,
enough. Who wins this fucking round?
They know each other too
No
well.
one wins this round.
This is the problem. Teammates
this
fighting.
is why Dana White gets pissed off.
Well,
You want to go in there and battle. What the fuck? How much are we going to weigh each other?
don't make this matchup.
All right, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not happy. I talked about this a little bit in my last video here, but I like MVP. I think he's funny. I think he can have entertaining fights. But this was unacceptable, guys. This was unacceptable. If you did not watch this fight, please do not go and watch it back. Like if you're watching March Madness during the weekend, oh, I got some games to watch, I'll watch it back later in the week. Or, hey, I'm out of town, how did the MVP fight go? Don't waste your time. In fact, actually, if I wanted to torture somebody, I would probably play this fight on loop for them 24/7, and it would probably break within an hour. That's how horrific this fight was. So we're just going to get into the statistics here. We like statistics. We're educated, high IQ individuals over at this channel. So we're going to take a look at the MVP Michael Venom Page versus Sam Patterson fight. This was a 3-round fight going to a unanimous decision. One judge scored it 30-27. The other two scored it 29-28 for MVP. So let's go to the strikes here overall. We'll just look at all the stats here. So we had the entire fight, and look, you are not reading this incorrectly. This is, your eyes are working properly. 33 total strikes versus 25 total strikes. And there were 0 takedowns or submission attempts. This fight did not go to the ground. Both takedowns were defended. 0 submission attempts. And there were only, let's see if I can do some quick math here, 58 punches, 58 strikes thrown the entire fight, 15 minutes. 58 strikes. What are we doing here? And not even that, if we go to the significant strikes, we have 27-12. So we have 39 significant strikes in our entire fight. 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes. 39 significant strikes. So we're going to break down here. We're going to go round by round here, see kind of the lowdown, like what happened. 5 strikes versus 4 strikes. Over 5 minutes. 9 strikes were thrown. No submissions, no takedown attempts. All stood on the feet. 9 strikes. Very exciting. Let's go to the next round and see. Surely they improve. Surely, they're testing the waters, finding range, wearing down, feigning, wearing down the other person's mental. And you'd be right. MVP got a whole 11 strikes versus 5 strikes, with 10 of them being significant versus 2 of Sam Patterson's being significant. And then we go to round 3, these guys are tired. They're looking for a knockout. Let's throw some strikes. Let's get a knockout. Max Holloway point down. Let's get this going. 17 strikes to 16 strikes. 12 being significant for MVP, 6 being significant for Sam Patterson. This was without a doubt the most mind-numbing and boring fight I've ever seen. And you might say, well, they're just some Brits trying to get into a scruff, But let's take a look at, I wanted it to compare it to something. Let's compare it to somebody. Who's a boring fighter? Who's a guy where you think he's boring? I don't like watching his fights. He's a boring dude. And I thought Sean Strickland, And he's obviously not boring out of the octagon, right? He's very entertaining. He, likes to stir the media, stir the pot a little bit with his words. But he's a very reserved fighter for the most part, right? The joke being he just throws jabs and teeps for 15 minutes or 40, or not 45 minutes, for 25 minutes. He's an otherwise boring fighter. So I just wanted to take a look at some of the strikes here. So his last went into the 3rd round, so comparable, halfway into the 3rd round, he threw 110 strikes. 5 rounds, let's not look at the 5 rounds because that doesn't count, right? So we'll go to, we got the Magomedov. He threw 81 strikes. And it was a TKO in the second round. So the second round's almost up. He basically threw 81 strikes over 2 rounds versus 33 for 3 rounds. And this is how bad it is. I was doing the research for you guys. You know, like I said, we like statistics. Let's look at his loss to Alex Pereira. So Sean Strickland gets slimed out badly by Alex Pereira in the first round, halfway through the first round. So we're not even a round in. Halfway through, he's thrown 15 strikes. These guys didn't throw 15 strikes combined in the first round. Like, what are we doing here? You get violently slimed out halfway into the first round, and you're throwing more than these 2 guys combined. It's ridiculous, and for that reason, I have to officially renounce my fanship, my support of MVP. So MVP, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, you're -1 fan. Your money has gone down slightly, and I hope you learn from this opportunity and you learn how to actually instigate fights, because MVP at his core likes fighting from range. He's almost like a counter puncher, but if you're fighting an unranked guy in the first round or throwing 5 punches, sometimes you got to walk forward, dude. Like, we got to walk forward eventually. You know, you're a UFC fighter. This is MMA. You have to be able to box, not just counter box, right? You have to be able to walk forward and throw and hit and TKO people walking forward the entire time. Because this fight was ridiculous. And if I keep talking, I'm going to spike my cortisol even more and not be ready for White Boy Summer. So let me know what you guys thought about this fight. Let me know what you guys thought about this card in general. Go watch another of my videos. Please subscribe, like, brand new channel. So not technically brand new, but, you know, new-ish. So everything that you do helps my channel. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.